Hello, my name is Andrew, and these are 5 reasons why raw honey is not healthy and what you can eat instead for better energy every day. Reason number 1, sugar. Back when I started eating animal-based, I also switched from pasteurized to raw honey after discovering Agenus vonderplanitz, who used it medicinally, and Paul Saladino, who eats 10 tablespoons a day and claims it's healthy in any amount. Honestly, I felt amazing at first, but after a few months of constant buzz crash cycles, I was forced to admit to myself that sugar is sugar. And eating it raw was kind of like saying, don't worry guys, it's organic cocaine. Instead, I switched to eating 200 to 300 grams of raw animal fat per day, like suet, brain, bone marrow, and egg yolks. And my energy instantly smoothed out, becoming stable all day long, obliterating my carb cravings, and even curing my insomnia for the first time in 6 years. Reason number 2, inflammation. On a similar note, sugar is well known to increase inflammation, although Agenus, Paul, and other honey advocates will claim that this isn't the case, and that the enzymes in fructose somehow prevent blood sugar spikes. However, this was definitely not true for me, because within minutes of eating raw honey, I'll get a severe flare-up of joint pain, followed by a racing pulse, and then an hour or two later, a crash, where I just feel super tired and brain foggy. And even pairing raw honey with fat did nothing to slow down the absorption. Instead, a great alternative is young Thai coconut, because it's got some sugar for short-term energy, but far less than honey. And semi-mature coconuts contain even less still, being mostly MCTs, which stands for medium chain triglycerides, aka easy to digest fat, and that plus the magnesium in coconut works wonders to calm down the immune system instead of lighting it on fire. Reason number 3, allergies. Another popular claim about raw honey is that the pollen content can help reduce allergies and get your immune system to stop overreacting to harmless stimuli, especially if you get the honey from a local farm. And again, I wanted to believe this, but even with local, organic, glyphosate-free honey, I consistently found that it made my allergies worse. Causing me to start sneezing a few minutes after even having a single spoonful, and leaving my nose stuffed up and my eyes itchy for the next 24 or sometimes even 48 hours. Instead, what I eat now is almost entirely raw meat, raw animal fat, and raw egg yolks, which cause 0 allergies due to not containing inflammatory plant defense chemicals. And the only plant foods I do eat are coconut and small amounts of fruit like wild blueberries or papaya, which are generally much lower in potential toxins. Reason number 4 is nutrition. You've probably seen long, impressive lists of all the vitamins, minerals, and enzymes that raw honey contains, but what they don't tell you is the amounts of these nutrients is absolutely tiny. For example, the most abundant nutrient in raw honey other than sugar is potassium, but the amount is so insignificant that even if you're eating 10 tablespoons a day like Paul Saladino, you'd only get 3% of the potassium RDA. The truth is, raw honey is just empty calories, and by eating raw meat, fat, and organs instead, you can easily get 20 times the enzymes and nutrients, not to mention 1,000 times the probiotics, with even the mildest aging of something like skirt or hanger steak. Reason number 5, addiction. So there's this notion that if honey's healthy, then you can eat as much as you want, and that shoveling down hundreds of grams of sugar per day is totally fine. Realistically though, sugar, even raw, is one of the most addictive substances on planet Earth, and it's easy to tell that for yourself because anyone that's had sugar knows that it almost tastes like too good, so much so that your body will continue to crave it even after you're physically sick, just like cocaine, caffeine, energy drinks, or any other stimulant. High-fat animal foods, on the other hand, feel completely different. Like when I get to the end of a dense raw primal meal, I simply feel full and satisfied, at which point I completely forget about food for the next 8 hours. Overall, raw honey is one of those foods that sounds healthy, but in reality, it's just another supplement that health influencers sell to people who don't know any better, at the price of depression, inflammation, allergies, malnourishment, and addiction. That said, if you'd like to learn more about eating a natural human diet, you can check out my raw primal playlist for more nutrition videos, or my food list to see what I eat in a day. And if you have a question about raw honey or about natural health in general, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Peace.